me, girl, what's the purpose? I hate when you feel like this ain't working. I would never tell you that it's worthless. Fuck a breakup, we gon' make a baby, you like. Everything I do is not a crime. I could be your shoulder when you cry. Just let me know when I get out of line. I don't wanna lose you, baby girl, cause you like. I admit I fuck up, you ain't lying. Don't turn your back on me, shorty, you mine. I wanna be together till it's time. We don't gotta end it, baby, throw away your pride. Cause I might just pull up and play with it, spray with it. Got you thinking I was staying and shit, oof. They wonder how this nigga making hits. The shit you heard before is basic shit. I been had hits. Hold on, nigga like me can't pop my collar.
Hey guys, how are you?
I throw some hundreds and fifties and 20s secret in my wishes like see from the bottle. Remember when game was over at the bottom? Now niggas flexing like we hit the lotto for real.
It's me, your girl, Kira Deevah. How are you? And I am back with another dope episode of the Kira Deevah Show. Okay, I love it. I see you said salute to me. That's right. Salute to a black queen. Okay, doing it. Did it. It's already done. Okay. What is going on, y'all? Where are you from? Comment. Listen, I like to know in the comments where you're from. Like, at least put bitches pulling up out of thousands. I know I'm too real at this shit. I'ma make it and fuck every nigga who died it for round. The song I'm playing in the back is OTS LA, artist out of Patterson, New Jersey. The song is called Loungin'. It's off his EP Mentality. It's out right now. If you guys you like it, so you wanted to hear more of that, let me know. But tonight on this show, the Kira Deevah Show, on this platform, we promote the dreams that turn to reality. We do it daily. We do it on your platform, Instagram platform. We're doing it live. Tonight we have a special guest, radio icon, music executive. She owns FM Hip Hop Radio. She's the founder of that. She's doing a lot. She's done a lot. Still doing a lot, and she's making moves out here in this game, and it's definitely an honor to be interviewing such a legend in this game, because we have to give people their flowers now. Let's not wait until it's too late. Let's give it to them now.
Streamer here.
Cherry Martinez. Cherry Martinez will be joining my live very soon. We're gonna talk her cherry on top. Okay, let's do what's up. Let's see what's going on. Okay, you supposed to say NYC. Okay, y'all NYC in the building. Okay, I'm loving the support. I'm loving it. I really am. Instagram updated some things, so this is a flyer. Cherry, isn't she beautiful? I'm loving the Latina vibes. Beautiful full lips, hair. Yes, one thing about me, I always know how to, spot something good about somebody. I can spot it in a minute, She's doing her thing. For real. Cherry on top. Oh, I have so much to discuss with her. I have so much to discuss. So, no, who's this? Okay, I hear, okay. I'm going to play another song for you guys. This song right here is Overthinking by artist OTSLA. You guys ready for Cherry? It's 9 o'clock. Okay. What is that emoji? That's like what is that green? What is that? I don't know what that means.
Why you mad at me, girl? What's the purpose? I hate when you feel like this ain't working. I would never tell you that it's worthless. Fuck a breakup, we gon' make a baby, you like. Everything I do is not a crime. I could be your shoulder when you cry. Just let me know when I get out of line. I don't wanna lose you, baby girl, cause you like. I admit I fuck up, you ain't lying. Don't turn your back on me, shorty, you mine. I wanna be together till it's time. We don't gotta end it, baby, throw away your pride.
Okay, so let me just. I'm gonna send her a request. I'm gonna put this up here. I don't know why. If you hear words in the background, it's my phone. I'm not sure why I have it like that, but. CHERYON. On. I'm gonna send her a request now, you guys. Shout out to everybody's tapped in. I love it.
I, India. A, M, Mike.
I'm good, Northside Rug. I'm good. You know, shout out to you. I see you still work. Okay, Travis, you enjoyed that. I didn't give a chance to. Yes. How are you?
Mama, it's one of those days that I just didn't want to put on any makeup. I'm like, I can't even compete with the diva because
Don't do me.
I know she's looking fabulous. So I'm just gonna put on some shades.
Don't do me. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, that compliment. You know, I have to give. You know, I love people getting my look too. I like that. Okay, but I'm loving the shades. Like, you're killing it with the shades. Girl.
Thank you, Mommy. How are you?
Me? Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this.
Really? Oh, you appreciate me interviewing you, girl. You are an icon out here. Let's call it what it is. I'm like person, you know, and you inspired me and a lot of others out here. So, you know, we have to, you know, give people their flowers now. So how are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. My man is home.
Yes.
I don't know. I did a bid, girl.
How long?
Double digits. My husband was gone for 12 plus years. And I did the whole bid. We got married and my husband came home 3 months ago. So I'm ecstatic. I'm glowing and I'm like thriving and, you know, like everything is wonderful.
That's good. That's great. How is he? Because I know you said 10 plus years he was in jail. That's a good strain on you. Were you faithful the whole time? Like, what's going on? That's a long time.
I was absolutely faithful. It was absolutely draining. I suffer from PTSD. He does too. Real thing. I was depressed, but I was still moving forward. I was still making progress. I was still but I think I was a functioning depressant, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm depressed, but I'm still working, but I'm depressed. And it was heavy. It was heavy. It was heavy because, you know, he's calling me. He's looking for me to pick him up. I'm looking for him to pick me up. It was hard, but, you know, it's over.
It's over. He's home. And you got that emotional support from him and he got it from you. That's really inspiring.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is that, you know, he did not commit the crime.
Okay.
So he's wrongfully accused. So you have all of that, those feelings of being robbed of years. Yeah. You know what I mean? Being robbed of precious years that can't be replaced, especially in a relationship. You know, you need those peak years, you know, so it's like, damn, man, we got a lot of making up to do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm just happy he's home. He's thriving. He's doing amazing.
He is back, and I see you guys. He has his own thing going on, his own brand.
Yeah,
he has. Can you elaborate on that? Because he just came home 3 months ago, but y'all both are moving out here. Let's call it what it is. What?
Yes, you don't really see. Listen, he came home. He was a month. He's like, babe, go easy on me. I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Right.
And I just, you know, I'm a pusher. I come from a family that pushes for, you know, I'm not saying greatness, but pushing for you to push yourself. That's it. As long as you're pushing yourself and you're aiming to win, you know, that's what's important. And I pushed. And let me tell you, he now has an investor. He has his own label. He's partnered with some heavy hitters in the industry, but not part of the industry, if that makes sense. It's like a whole nother entity. And we're about to buy a building, you know, we're about to buy space. We were supposed to close on something, you know, we were about to really, you know, set that off, but it just fell through. So God he's in control. Maybe something bigger and better is coming, but we're looking for like a warehouse to turn into a radio station, an event space, a place where you can shoot videos, a record label, and a studio where you can record music.
In one location.
So
you had this plan for a while.
No, we didn't. His partners.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his
Ooh,
partners. They also they have restaurants. They have boxing. Gyms. They're in. They don't do small. They direct movies and not small. Movies
okay.
movies that are like out there that people would know and be like, okay. They're just and they do contracting.
Okay.
So they're
This
planning
is
on
this is
gutting it
all
out.
his one company that he has. Okay.
Those are his partners.
Okay. Okay.
That's what they bring to the table. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So, when we get this space, we're gonna gut it out and make it beautiful.
Awesome. Awesome. And he's an artist as well, right? So
He's an artist as well, and yeah, and with my track record, I'm like, listen, we can't put out anything whack. If you about to put your music out, it gotta be official. So let me tell you, the music is official.
I just want to commend you because as a woman in this industry, it is hard to maintain your own in this industry. And then for you to have a husband who's mentally been there throughout this ride, and you sticking by, seeing you posting him, you're happy. He said you're in love, you're happy, and I like to see that out here, because that shows strength in this industry. It really
Thank
does
you.
show, by having a strong man on your side. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
I give you that.
Thank you. And let me tell you, it's so funny because I went out to an event and this girl was like, Cherry, she's like, I'm so happy for you. She said, but most of all, I'm happy because you don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Excuse the French, but I had to respect it and I had to like sit back and say, you know what? You're right. That to the outside,
Yeah.
optically, people like, this woman is won Grammys, this, that, and the third, and she doing a bid, and her husband's home, and she's like carrying on like nothing. Like, who cares what you think? So, yeah.
That's real. That's real authentic. Your husband, he inspired the Cherry Girls.
Yes.
That's amazing. So how did that come about? Because that's something that that's having a street team of motivated girls. Like, let's talk about.
Right. My husband is great at marketing. You know what I mean? And when I met him, he was just like, listen, he saw it more than I did because I was more so, I love what I do, believe me, and I'm very, very competitive. But sometimes I don't see a lot of the value. He's like, babe, you're bigger than what you think. Like,
Right.
do you understand? And I'm like, maybe I don't. I'm like, because I was so caught up with being a mother, because you know what I'm saying. And when you're a mom and your child is asking you to help homework, I don't see what you know what I mean. I'm not looking from that lens. I'm looking from another lens. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at my son needs dinner. We need to go to the market and get more chips, so he can have for his sandwiches. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm thinking. But then when I go to work, I turn it on and make sure I do what I do because I do have a son and I got to keep a job out here. So, so he reminds me, huh?
I'm sorry. This is your son that you're with Code Media that runs Code Media?
Right.
Okay.
But at that time he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? When I met, remember, this is 10 years ago. So this is when I met my husband before he went to prison. And now my son is managing Coyle Ray.
Okay.
That's my niece.
Really?
Yeah, well, me and her mom, we went to high school together. We were best friends. We used to call ourselves twins. We had our children together. They played together. They were in the playpen together. They grew up together. So she's not my real niece, but she's my niece.
Awesome. Have you seen Benzino?
I have not seen Benzino. I remember, her mother, Asia, that's my girl.
Oh, okay. Listen,
well, I haven't seen Benzino in a long time. I think he's in Atlanta, but if I bumped into him, I'm sure it would be all love.
I want to get back on this Code Media because this company is great that, you and your son have together. Correct?
Yes.
What influence you have on the Fetty Wap Trap Queen song? Was it the Push It's Radio? Let's talk about that.
Okay, so when I was basically working at Power 105, my son came to me and was like, listen, I found an artist and we're going to manage him. His name is Fetty Wap. I'm like, Fetty, who? He's like, Fetty Wap. I'm like, okay. But there's one thing. He's coming over tonight and he has one eye, so don't be scared. I was like, okay, I won't be scared. So
Okay.
I listened to the music and I was like, this sounds amazing. But at that time, the song was on SoundCloud and it said Trap Queen Raw.
Right. Okay.
So I was like, it's loopy. It sounds good, but it's loopy. He's like, what does that mean? Meaning the chorus goes on too long. We need to break it up, and it takes too long for the chorus to come in. They don't know this guy. So we need to do some reconstruction to the song, and I feel like we can look at it then again. So I took him to my boy's studio. We reproduced it. We added the rap. We pushed the chorus faster so that you got to the chorus quicker. We shortened the chorus so that it would get into, you know what I mean? We just made it into a song, something that you would hear on the radio. And it's gone, diamond. We were supposed to manage him. He played us. We didn't manage him, which is fine. And that's really what happened. But we reproduced Trap Queen 1000%.
Wow. That's like breaking the record, basically. Like, as far as, doing the dirty work. How do you feel when artists, take advantage of?
I feel like once you've been in radio for so long, your ear is trained, and you kind of know what needs to. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And you've been in radio for a while. I commend you for that. But you just started DJing in 2013. So who was doing the behind the scenes for you? Or like as far as that's interesting.
Well, I mean, I've been in radio for over 20 years. I worked in top 10 markets: Detroit, Chicago, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, New York, Boston, back to Philadelphia, and then most recently Power 105, with the birth of that radio station. So, being that I did come from the old school, you have to learn how to run your own boards and all of that stuff. I did try my hand at DJing, when I was at, in college radio, and I did my thing. Was I like a Coco Chanel where I'm scratching and all of that stuff? No, I wasn't doing any of that, but I knew how to blend my records, and I knew, how to put together a show. So, all of that experience just, follows you throughout your career. You never know, the littlest things, become so significant later on, right?
You founded an award ceremony for Powerful Women in Media?
Yes, Girl Power Awards.
It's just still going. I know Mona Scott Young was one of the.
Yeah, and Jennifer Graziano, who's the executive producer of Mod Wives. Yes, that is something that I plan to get back to. But again, I put a lot of things on the back burner when my husband went away. Like I said, I went into a funk. I was doing the bare minimum, even though the bare minimum was paying the bills, and it was, we won Grammys, but I just, to do all of that stuff, I just wasn't there mentally. But yes, I did put something together for women. I'd like to circle it back around, and, I'd love to, have you a part of it, if we can. Where are you from? Where are you based?
I'm from New Jersey. I'm from Patterson, New Jersey.
What? Love it. Are you here in Jersey?
Yeah.
Oh, we need to get together for lunch.
Let's do it. Where did you think I was from?
I didn't know if you were in Virginia or like DC or something like that.
No,
I
girl.
Did not. Okay. Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
We gonna talk. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk.
But yeah, what when we talk about it, got me worked up now. Let's talk about, women empowerment, because that's what we're talking about. How, for you to create some type of movement like that, that's amazing. How much of an influence was your mother in your life?
Ooh, you getting deep. I'm actually a mommy's girl.
Oh, okay.
I'm a daddy's girl, but I'm also a mommy's girl. I was up under my mother. I loved my mom, man. I just, I thought she was just the most beautiful woman in the whole wide world. Unfortunately, moving around, you know what I mean? And just being so engaged in my career, obviously I had to leave home. So I left the nest. But, my mom was like my best friend,
That's amazing. It's always good to have a strong support system.
Yeah, and my mother is, she comes from another country. She came from Honduras to the United States, didn't speak English, went to school, went to, some of the most prominent, colleges in Massachusetts. Boston has great colleges. She got her master's. I mean, she did the damn thing. So, I look at her and a lot of my strength comes from her and watching her
Yeah,
and her
that's
determination.
yeah, she must definitely been strong. And you seen what she's done. Provided your work ethic, you've been work. What keeps you motivated? Because you've been going for so long as far as having that determination.
Her. I think she's a big part of my determination. She's just never give up. Excellence, always make sure you're doing your best, make sure you win, and not in a bad way like cutthroat win, but just, make sure you're leaving your mark and you're doing what you need to do, So yeah, I feel like she's my inspiration, 1000% in terms of the longevity and the fact that I've been able to run this marathon, because that's really what it is.
That's amazing. So she's your inspiration. I want to talk about who inspired you as well or influenced you, because I heard that uh, you watch Wendy Williams shows and you tape them to study.
Yeah, I used to tape her radio shows. I would tape her radio shows, and I'd come to New York and I'd tape it, because I was in Massachusetts, in Boston, and there wasn't anybody really dynamic. So I'm like, if I'm going out there for a weekend, I'm gonna tape her Saturday and her Sunday show, or whatever days I came out, and let me go home and listen to it and try to bring that flavor, because I was so intrigued with New York. I'm like, I gotta get to New York. I gotta do radio in New York. Oh my goodness, I just love the vibe. So I would try to bring that vibe to Massachusetts, Boston, because I knew, hey, if I'm trying to get out of that city, then I need to sound bigger than Boston. I need to sound like, you know what I mean? I'm very seasoned. So, she was a huge inspiration for me. Huge.
Are you going to start singing again?
Girl, you know too much. You really did your research.
Why does everybody tell me that? Like, I don't get it.
I love it. I love it. Girl. Oh my goodness. We need, okay. I hope I can. I want to. I just heard that Taraji P. Henson made an announcement that she's going to do music. And, for that woman at her age to be talking about she's going to be doing music, and it's going to be feel good music, that's like another confirmation for me that I definitely need to revisit it, because I'm not stopping because people think, oh, you got to be there are record labels out here that won't sign anybody over 24 or 23, because they feel like by the time they get you together, now you're already 27. And then the life of your career is going to be that much shorter. They really want 18, 16, 15-year-olds.
Of course. That's the game.
That is the game, but I'm not playing that game.
Well, you're doing your own brand. So you can
listen, if I have to go to Vegas and sing in one of them bars, then that's what I need to do. But I'm gonna give it my one last shot.
Yeah. Why not? I love it. I really do. No, I like you. No, for real. No, because I feel like I love the hustling mentality. I love it, and I feel like we need more of that. To show more of that in this world. Especially women supporting women. And you've been the original Deevah. Let's not talk about it. So, right? Back in the day.
I've been in the game for a while. I mean, I consider myself to be one of the, in terms of radio, I do consider myself one of the greats. Sorry, but not sorry.
Do you still feel like the industry is high school? Do you feel like it's still, or you feel like it's evolved?
It is very high school. It's like, when you walk into the lunchroom and, there's that table with the cool kids, and, then there's that other table with the people that aren't really sure. And then there are the losers, and then there's the misfits. And, yeah, I definitely do. I absolutely do feel like it's high school.
Do you think like the last will be first and the first shall be last?
Absolutely. I was talking to my husband about that. I'm like, baby, I'm the turtle. You know what I'm saying? I'm the turtle in this race. I am the turtle. I am going to win.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Let's talk about okay. So you have a lot of what's it, the cherry on top brand where you're like if no, because you have a lot of you have like a media maven. You're the true media maven. We
Thank
heard
you.
about now the fmhiphop.com. So what the radio station?
Okay, yeah. So when I parted ways with Power, I and I was in music mode, and I was working with Fetty, and then I worked with another artist. We won a couple of Grammys to be in control of my destiny. If I was going to build something that I needed to have ownership. So that's where the inspiration for FM hip hop came. Also, my husband was very instrumental in that as well. Besides that, yeah, I've owned the domain Cherry on Top for the longest. So that's just really my website, to be honest. And
What
I
about the
use it as
cherry
well for
juice
my
and the
Instagram.
jail tails? Are we gonna bring that back to jail tails?
Right. So when I was on Power, when I first initially got on Power, I was doing nights 6 to 10, which was pretty much a show that has a lot of features that are pretty much built in. You got your mix show, you got the countdown, you got, you know what I mean? Like it's pretty much already comes the way it's supposed to come. We all know that template for the 6 to 10. Then I got moved to late nights, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And at that point, I was like, damn, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So, I was talking to one of my friends. He was like, you got to talk about sex. So Sexy in the City was born. So I started doing the Sexy in the City. And then it was like my shift was Sunday through Thursday. It just didn't feel right on Sundays to talk about sex. So I was like, let's come up with something else. And I was like, you know what? Lockdown Love. Let's do Lockdown Love. So Lockdown Love was born. And this woman, Lockdown Love, listen, was huge. Let me tell you, because this girl from NYU came to me and was like, listen, I pitched you. I got money. They're funding me for a movie. And it's all based on you and Lockdown Love. So we did a movie. We did a little film. Instead of it calling Lockdown Love, she called it Love Lockdown.
Awesome. Okay.
Few of my listeners, one guy, he didn't have a lawyer. He represented himself. It was for a murder. He represented himself in court and won.
Wow.
And she got all of that on documentation. So Lockdown Love was very, very instrumental, very inspirational. I mean, I got a lot of my street cred from doing Lockdown Love. I can walk through any hood and just say, I'm Cherry. They'll be like, Lockdown Love, let her pass, let her go. She good.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I'm happy for me too. I made some good choices. So then I ended up doing middays. And when I did middays, talking to my boss, we were like, okay, we can't do sex during the day. Come on, let's keep it real. You'll be getting all kind of letters. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it's going to be gossip. So it's really about me reinventing myself, girl. You know what I'm saying?
You are reinventing, but you
everybody gets bored. You got to switch it up. And so when I ended up parting ways, I said, let me start a podcast. And I'll call it Jail Tales, because my husband would call me all the time with these stories. I'm like, babe, if you've given me another jail tale, it turned into a joke. So you know what? We said we're gonna let's monetize off of these words that we come up with. And so that's how Jail Tales was born.
You have your hands in a lot. And it's so impressive. It's so impressive.
Oh, no, listen, I have my hands in a lot, but a lot of things are on hold because it's all about timing. I will resurface with my podcast once the space is done.
Yeah, okay.
You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that I'm not doing that I need to be doing. But because I'm in a place where, New York and New Jersey and driving back and forth and all, I'm all set with that, carrying all of my props for I'm good. So I've been like, you know what? Holding out, focusing on other parts of my career because I know everything's going to come full circle. Now, when we got our space, I got my cherry juice sign. I got this. I got that. I got my chair. I don't got to be running around. That was crazy. I didn't want to do all of that. So that's why I said, you know what? Let's hold off. The brand is there. It's established. I've done it enough. People know I own it. And we're going to circle back around. Am I going to do it when the space is born, when the space is done? Yes, because guess what? Let's be honest. A podcast is, if I do, like, this is your show right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times a week you do this, but if you do it once a week, you can do a whole bunch of other things if you're only doing it once. And I'm only going to be doing them things at once a week because I have a that I need to be doing. Okay,
Right.
This is not going to be every day for me.
Of course. You got your, you know, you said this. Now, you said work on your skills. No one can take that from you. And you living proof of that.
Yeah. And I also feel like, you know, you work on your skills, but you also, it's all about timing. You know what I'm saying? And you can't, you can't rush everything, So, like I said, once I have my own house, my own domain,
Right. It's going down. They ain't gonna be ready.
What? Let me tell you, because like I said, I'm gonna be able to throw my own fence. I don't gotta go look and go here, there, and everybody look for spaces. I'm gonna have my own space, and I'll be able to throw FM hip hop events. I'll be able to do, my husband's, situation, so people come and rent it out. So it's going to be a beautiful thing. I think that's really what I've been it's not even, I've been manifesting this for the last 5 years. I said, I need a space. I need a headquarters, you know what I mean? But it got to make sense. And when we first decided that this is what we were going to do, when my husband came home, it was just going to be the recording studio, his label, and FM hip hop. But then we were like, we're going to be dishing out all this money monthly. Right. You know what I mean? Like, whether we buy it or it's a mortgage or rent, how can we make more money? You know what? Let's make it into an event space. So when we're off, someone else is on.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how you keep it going. Okay. All right. It's too soon. He just came home. Y'all already got everything set up. You ready to go? Honeymoon phase, y'all are gonna chill out and relax for a little bit, make love for at least 6 months.
That's what I thought. I thought we were gonna be making love, all like for the we haven't. We've been going, like, just now. My husband called me. He was like, "We're going to the city tonight." I'm like, "What? Again? We just went out last night." He's like, "We're going and tomorrow we're going out to this other party." I'm like, "Oh my goodness." So my husband is the energy. He's the energy. I'm the practical one, but he's the energy. And I'm like, you know what? I've been in this house for 10 years. It's time to go out. So, yeah.
I'm proud of you. And, I just wish you much success in whatever you're doing, as far as whatever you're planning, whatever you're going to. Are you spiritual?
Absolutely.
Okay.
My goodness. Yo, I'm tapped in.
Okay. You gotta be tapped in different levels.
You gotta be, because it's all spiritual, and this is the last thing I will say in terms of spirituality, because people, they might be like, what's going on here? But
right, they don't.
There's a spiritual war going on right now.
Woo. And
you gotta be spiritual. You know what I'm saying? That you got to hold on to faith, and you got to trust the process. And that's where we're at right now. Are you going to be scared? Are you going to fold? Or are you going to trust the process, have faith, and pray? And that's where I'm at.
Absolutely. I'm with you. Cherry on top. Are you going to do these cherry girls? Can I be one of them? Look.
Yes, you could be one of the cherry girls. You could be the lead cherry girl. You kidding me?
Look at me.
Yes.
I love it. We're gonna talk. Is there anything else you want to, say before I cut it? I feel like I'm talking like some of my girlfriends now.
Yeah, no. We listen. I think we covered everything. I feel like if I say anything else, I'll be over promoting. You know what I mean?
Right.
I like to over promote. I really like to keep a level head, and I like to let things speak for itself. So everything I told you is true. There's no gap. To do this event space, and also, the radio station with the record label and all of that stuff. We're working on my husband's album. I'm constantly, working on my FM hip hop. I have about 30 people that work for me. It's real. And that's my focus. And one day at a time, building brick by brick. And, I won't have an update for another, probably another 3 months. And at that point, I may have some new news for you. But right now, this is what it is.
That's what it is. And you know what city you want to have it? The location: New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Boston.
New Jersey. We were looking Edgewater, Fairview, Weehawken. We want something very sexy.
Oh, Jersey is sexy. You know it.
Right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I'm here for it. All right. There you have it, people. What are they saying in the comments?
Well, here. I know. I haven't even been looking at more lives from you. They love you.
They love you.
Okay.
They love you.
Y'all love me. All 280 people. I need y'all to follow me on Instagram. Okay. I am Cherry on Top. Okay. I also have a blog called FM Hip Hop. So there's FM Hip Hop, F as in Frank, M as in Mary, Hip Hop. And then we have I Am Cherry on Top. So both of those Instagrams. If you had to make a choice, I prefer you to follow me. Okay?
Yeah, of course. All right. Well, there you have it. Thank you so much for your time. We're going to check in on the back end, okay?
Okay. And listen, I'm going to DM you. I'm going to give you my number. I want to stay in touch with you because if you're here in New Jersey, we need to be networking. Okay? We need to put together a pop-up shop, something.
Whatever it takes. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm down to work. I love it.
Love it. All right. Thank you so much, everybody.
Later.
All right. Later.
You guys, thank you so much. Have a good night. Cherry's amazing, you guys. Listen. Cherry's amazing. He a fan since 88.9 days. Awesome. So you a true fan of Cherry. Well, I'll be licking up with her. Look, what happened to my earring? I was so excited my earring done fell. You got heard of what she said. She would link up with me. So you ain't really got to say too much else. All right. I'll see you guys next time. I love you all. Thanks.
Papa, and I am
Northside. Thanks for tuning into the Deevah Show. Love you.